for Hex as soon as you pop them out, so you can have some more control over your opponent's army. If your opponent chooses to go another hero, that's a big advantage for you. You're going to be able to stop him from doing anything. You'll notice what both players are doing is hanging around with their Blade Masters around their opponent's army. Now, this is a really good idea. You can do this in any matchup, but that's pretty much the key of going Blade Master. Get him to level 3 as soon as possible before you get your secondary hero out, and then follow your opponent's hero and his secondary hero and army around, so you can do some creep jacks, just so you can keep tabs on him. Windwalk is very, very powerful. You see both players got the level 2 Windwalk on their Blade Masters, and that's something that a lot of people I don't think of right off the bat. I think they think that Critical Strike level 2 is a good choice. But I've learned that, and from watching these games and from watching other games and talking to people, that Windwalk level 2 is definitely a good option. So if you're on the fence about which item to get, or which skill to get with your Blade Master level 3, definitely get Windwalk level 2 so you can spam that kind of like a nuke on your opponent's hero. You notice the primary target for focus on these on Inso's army here is the Shadow Hunter. At low level Shadow Hunter is very, very vulnerable, and typically people don't get the protection they need on their level on their secondary heroes. In this case, he was able to fend it off. He had his whole army there and his Blade Master, so Inso was able to push Focus's Blade Master back, and now he's kind of spreading them out. The whole time, they're kind of multitasking here. You see Focus is using his Shadow Hunter and Grunts and Raider to clear out more creep camps. Again, this Goblin Merchant camp is a creep camp you want to save specifically for this scenario. I wouldn't necessarily agree to do this earlier on. But what you're going here, what you're ideally going for is kind of even hero levels. You want level 3 on both heroes, or a level 4 on level 3. You don't want like a level 4 Blade Master and a level 1 Shadow Hunter, for instance. It's a lot more beneficial to have a level 2 of both those abilities. And if you get level 3 on both your heroes, that's even more beneficial to the final fight when it comes in. Or, if you didn't know it was the final fight, if it was going to be the first big fight that you have when your armies meet. So these guys haven't really met up with their armies yet. It's been a lot of keeping tabs on each other and keeping each other down with just their Blade Masters, while at the same time trying to get an advantage with their secondary hero in their army. So something you want to try to do in your ladder play is to try to multitask. Try to do two things at the same time. I think if anything you're going to learn from this replay is that. I want you to look at how these players are doing it. And it works really well in Mirror because you're trying to get any little advantage you can, but it's important in almost any other matchup that you play against, Orc versus Undead or Night Elf or even Human. You want to be getting those advantages on your secondary heroes while you're harassing and keeping tabs on them with your Blade Master. And really, there's nothing I can tell you to make it easier. It takes a lot of practice to make it happen. I still can't do it very good, but I know that I'm supposed to be doing it, and so that's the idea there. So Inso gets a really good dust of appearance on the Windwalk Blade Master. That was kind of luck. It looked like it was right on the edge of that, and he gets an ensnare off, but wasn't able to kill him. Not really much he could have done at that point, but it does keep him down a little bit. See both players just getting ready to make this last fight happen. We're going to see the fight happen. Obviously, you can look at the time. There's about another minute or so left in this audio, or in this replay. And we'll see what target choices that they pick, and that's something you guys can look at when you play your own games. Generally, you want to target the tech units that are more vulnerable. So you'll see the Blade Master is typically going to be on the Spirit Walkers or the Raiders, whereas they're going to try to leave the Grunts and the Heroes for last, unless they're very, very vulnerable. In this, we're going to see that Inso's Blade Master is going to be way out in front, and so is Focus's. But the big difference you want to see here in this fight is a level 3 Shadow Hunter versus a level 2 Shadow Hunter. I think this has a big, big impact on this fight right here. If I was Insomnia, I wouldn't want to fight this, but unfortunately he doesn't have a Scroll of Town Portal anyway to really get out of it unless he popped that Speed Scroll. Or I said Insomnia, but I meant Inso. See, I'm still getting confused after this. So you see they got the Raiders going on, the Casters, which is the Spirit Walkers, and there's actually a Witch Doctor back there as well, while the Grunts are kind of hitting on the Heroes and maybe the Raiders too. As soon as Focus gets his peons in here, that's when Inso knows, man, I'm in big trouble. I have to get out of here. Unfortunately, no means of savior on his Blade Master. And a nice surround off by Focus, gets a kill there with no mana to Windwalk out. Again, no means of saving him. And that's pretty much going to be the game right there, losing your Blade Master at this point. You can take a look at the food counts. It's about, let me press F11 to see that. It's 50 food for Focus and 35 for Inso. And that's going to be the GG right there. It's as soon as he makes his push happen, it's going to be done. So I pressed pause just so I can kind of look at things, but you might have missed it and the game's already over. So yeah, like I said, Shadow Hunter at level 3 versus a Shadow Hunter at level 2 was a big impact on that. In combination with Spirit Link and with a level 2 Healing Wave, which is what you get on a level 3 Shadow Hunter. Remember, we're talking about skill choices here. instead of getting that level 2 Hex, it's a lot more beneficial to get that level 2 Healing Wave in this fight. You do want to get Hex eventually leveled up a little bit more, possibly level 4, but Healing Wave is a lot more important when you're trying to do pushes and when you're having the big fights, and that can be the difference, you know. And this replay kind of proves it there, that with the healing power that higher level Shadow Hunter had versus the lower level Shadow Hunter really turned the tides here. Although the lower level Shadow Hunter did have a bigger mana pool, just the skill level of that, I don't know the actual technical details. I know it's better that the level 2 Healing Wave is obviously better than level 1 Healing Wave. I just don't know the exact calculations on that. So unit choice or target selections, you want to get theory crafting. You want to get your siege armor on the unarmored Spirit Walkers. So you want to get your raiders on the enemy's walkers. You want to get your grunts on the enemy raiders. Just use your hero to pick off lower HP units. Keep your Shadow Hunter in really good positioning so he's not very vulnerable, because he usually is the most vulnerable target. You noticed also, I have it paused here so I can look, and again, you might have missed it, but Shadow Focus also picked up 2 scrolls of healing on his Shadow Hunter. He was going to pass one over to his Blade Master, I think, at one point. Actually, his Blade Master's inventory is full, but just having 2 of those is a nice idea. If you can put one on each of your heroes, that'll give you that staying power. Again, all that AoE healing really helps with Spirit Link, and that's very, very important. You see how important those Spirit Walkers were to Focus to get him out of there. So that's it. That's all I want to talk about in this game. I do have a whole bunch of other games that I've been watching and that I hosted with the TGL, and a lot of them in mirror matches. I did want to kind of go on to the Orc ones because I feel I have more of ground to stand on with Orc than I do with any other match, although I have been playing Human a lot lately, mainly just in 2v2 random teams for fun, just to try funny strategies out and things like that. But the 1v1s are a lot of fun as well, so I like to stick with those. I'm still trying to get better. I play more games than I did before, but I'm still kind of stuck on the Dota trend with a lot of my friends in real life play Dota, and I kind of get pulled into that a lot more than I do. I can't get them into Warcraft 3 for some reason, you know. I don't know how that works out. So, hope you guys like the new commentators we hired. Please give them, constructive criticisms. Give them some comments and feedback on their audio commentaries themselves. I know both of them are very, very excited to produce lots and lots of content for us. So we shouldn't have any droughts with content anymore. We got lots of audios waiting to be produced, and as soon as they get out, we'll get them out to you guys, and you can enjoy them. Again, appreciate you guys listening to my audio commentary. I want to mention this as I do in the end of all my audio commentaries, because it's been a little while since you guys have heard from me. If you have any replays that you want to have analyzed of your own games or critiqued, or if you're lost on something, you think you don't know why you lost, or you don't know why you won, or anything like that, and you want to just get another person's eyes on it. I mean, I'm not the best player in the world, but I know the game a good bit, and I can kind of give you just a rough overview of what the game was, and maybe what you could have done better, or what your opponent could have done better, whatever. If you need that, send me a PM on the WCR forums. It's Systemshark, and I can, if you want to upload your replay to the members replay section, then you can PM me the link to that, and I can download the replay and check it out and respond to you. I've responded to probably 90% of the people that have done that. Sometimes when I get swamped, I forget about it, but normally I'll respond to you really quickly. I check the forums multiple times a day, lots of times, so you'll hear from me relatively quickly on that. Thanks again, guys, and hopefully we'll get some more commentaries out there soon. I'm back in school, so I'm a little busy, but I should have some free time every few days to maybe sit down and record an audio for you. Thanks again. This is Systemshark, and we'll see you later.